Before the video begins, I do want to add a disclaimer. This content was recorded with the wrong microphone and the audio is messed up. However, I felt the video turned out too good to scrap and or re-record, so please bear with me. With that out of the way, please enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my Week 6 NFL reactions. We have a week full of NFL football to get into, so without further ado, let's get right to it. On Thursday Night Football, we had the Giants beating the Eagles 34-17. What the fuck happened? The Giants blew the Eagles out. Jackson Dart looked really productive. Cam Scatterwood continues to produce at an insane level for a rookie. And the Eagles just don't look the same. Their offense doesn't move the ball the same way they did in years prior. Saquon has seemingly taken a pretty big step back, and so has their run blocking. Overall, I'm not impressed by Philadelphia anymore. Jackson Dart and the Giants get a good win. Then the London game, we had a snooze fest as the Broncos beat the Jets 13-11. I didn't watch most of this game. I'm going to be honest with you. I caught the fourth quarter. I wasn't waking up early for this. I was not waking up early for this. The good thing I didn't. Justin Fields has proved a lot of us right. He's not good. It sucks. I like Justin Fields. I've always liked Justin Fields, but he just doesn't produce. It's not consistent. He still doesn't throw a pick because he doesn't throw the fucking ball. It's hard to throw an interception if the ball never comes out of your hands. He continued to show that today as the Broncos defense just clobbered him all day long. They finished the game with net negative 10 passing yards. That's terrible. You and me had more net passing yards than Justin Fields did this weekend. That's god-awful. The Broncos scrape it out. Didn't look too hot. You would have hoped they could have gotten a bigger win over them, but hey, it's still a win in the category. Or next, the Broncos get a win. Then we had the Seahawks versus Jaguars. The Seahawks get the win 20-13. Slinging Sammy D. Looking amazing for the Seahawks, man. I saw he hit like a 70-yard bomb to JSN. JSN is on like an elite level this year. He's truly breaking out into being one of the best talents in the league. He's on pace for like 1,900 yards right now. He leads the league in receiving yards. He truly is one of a kind, man. That dude's great. Jacksonville didn't look too bad. I thought BTJ had a good bounce back, and if he can seemingly return to what he was, and hopefully they can get more out of Travis Hunter. This team can be good. They just need more consistency out of Trevor Lawrence. I like what Liam Cohen is doing. It's not a bad loss to take. The Seahawks are a good team, but Sammy D and the Hawks get it done. Then we had the Chargers and the Dolphins, a game that I said I wasn't going to watch, and I didn't. The Chargers won this 29-27. Why was it so close? I can't tell you. Justin Herbert seemingly didn't play too bad. Again, I didn't watch this one. I saw 2 through 3 interceptions, and then after the game, seemed like he was trying to blame it on players either not showing up to or being late for team practices or player-only meetings. He also threw 3 interceptions. Listen, I'm not saying that it's completely on Tua, but you also can't say it's on people for missing practices. You're throwing the ball into the hands of the other team. That's your fault. He's done that. That's not new. The Dolphins need to restart. They need a new coach. They need a new quarterback. They need everything. The only things I'd keep, offensively at least, A-Chain and Waddle. That's it. Move on from everything else. Rebuild. You have to, or it's going to keep getting worse. Then we had the Rams versus Ravens. The Rams get the win 17-3. I saw Puka went down this game. He seems to have avoided a big injury. All in all, I thought the Rams offense looked a little slow compared to weeks prior. That game versus the Niners on Thursday Night Football was a heater, and the fact they put on the worst performance versus the Ravens' terrible defense, that kind of shocked me. The Ravens, what can you say? They're bad. They're really, really fucking bad. And I don't know if Lamar's going to help this. Lamar will fix it. He's an MVP. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Some believe he's the best. But I don't know if he can fix the entire team. In fact, I don't think he can. All the offense can do is improve under him. It'll be better than when they had Cooper Rush, I hope. But the defense is just so awful that it's not going to matter. I don't see this Ravens team making it very far. They might not even make the playoffs. Then we had the Cardinals versus the Colts. The Colts get the win 31-27. The Cardinals learned a lesson today. The offense moves when the quarterback can throw the ball consistently. Jacoby Brissett, he's not from a talent-wise Kyler Murray, at least physical talent, but he can throw the ball, I'd say, better than Kyler Murray. Let's be honest. 300 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Nearly had a touchdown at the end of the game to steal the lead. Indiana Jones and the Colts did enough to get this win. I thought Arizona looked better with Jacoby Brissett than they have with Kyler Murray. Overall, the Cardinals just have some problems they got to fix, and they kind of start looking at the quarterback. It's an interesting talking point for sure. I don't know if Kyler can get it done. Then we had the Panthers versus Cowboys. So, Jerry, how's that run defense now? They traded away Micah Parsons, and one of the things that Jerry Jones said was that they needed to improve in the run defense. But clearly, he didn't fucking think that because they obviously didn't. Rico Dowdle scorched them, man. This is back-to-back games, over 200 all-purpose yards for a player. The last time someone had done that in back-to-back games was Dalvin Cook in 2020. Rico Dowdle torched them. Bryce Young threw for multiple touchdowns. Did have an interception. If I saw correctly, it was tipped, so it's not on him. But the Panthers get a big win. The Cowboys, listen. If Dak Prescott had a solid defense, he's the MVP. Dak Prescott is playing at an elite level. He's been doing this last couple of years, but as per usual, the defense just lets him down. It's so irritating as a football fan to see somebody like Dak Prescott get let down by his defense multiple times now for years on end. This is terrible. They had a good defense a few years back. They couldn't do it. It's only gotten worse. And trading Micah, fuck, that was such a stupid decision. I realized while I was editing this that I had not recorded my reaction to the Patriots game, so I also want to get that out to you after the fact. New England gets the win, closer than it should have been. The Saints lose at 25-19. I thought Spencer Rattler played solid. Drake May is just proving again why he's such a great quarterback early on. I mean, it's crazy to see the breakout he's having so far with a win over the Bills and now the Saints, which are a solid team. Their record doesn't say that, but I don't hate what they're doing over there. I think Kellen Moore's job's being saved by the tight performances they're putting out there. They're not losing by a lot. They're just losing. Overall, the Patriots got a lot of things they still want to fix, but I think they're a really good team, and they might be a year off of being a Super Bowl contender. And they're also first in the AFC East for the first time since 2021, so that's pretty cool to see. Then we have the Browns versus Steelers. The Steelers get the win 23-9. I predicted the Browns were going to upset them. I thought Dylan Gabriel had enough in the bag. No, he doesn't. He threw like 29 for 52 for 221 yards. I don't even think he threw a touchdown. Didn't throw a pick. So he didn't turn the ball over. That doesn't mean it's good offense. I'm not saying they should turn over to Shedeur immediately, but it's time to start having conversations. That was a terrible fucking performance. The Steelers shut me up. I'm not fully sold on their team as being one of the league's best, but they have one of the league's best records, and that's great for them. They're already almost a few wins off of all but guaranteeing themselves a playoff spot. Now we'll just see if they can find a way to finish 9-8. We have the Titans and Raiders. I had the displeasure of watching this game. I really, really wish I didn't. I wasted 3 hours of my life. Cam Ward looked fucking terrible. This is Brian Callahan's last game coaching for the Titans. They have since fired him, replaced with Mike McCoy. Thank God that wasn't working for them, and I don't think it was going to get any better. The Raiders, on the other hand, didn't look very good either. It's not like Geno Smith went out there and just torched the Titans to, earn my respect back and to win the Raiders this game. They were both dysfunctional teams with bad quarterbacking play, though Cam Ward's a lot more forgivable. There's nothing on his team, so it's not entirely on him. But Geno Smith, on the other hand, you cannot play this bad as he has all season. Still leads the league in interceptions, and they're winning games. Probably shouldn't. Just look at a quarterback in the draft. I don't know, I'm not saying tank already, but fuck, they need a solution. We have the 49ers and the Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield, oh my God. He is so entertaining to watch. I mean, the dude has always been electric. I liked him a lot in Cleveland. I thought he did a better job than most QBs could with the situations or the hands he was dealt in Cleveland. They dealt him off for thou who shall not be named. I still can't believe they did that. That was so fucking stupid. And they gave him all that money, too. They're still paying him. I know he's on the roster, but they're paying 8 different quarterbacks, and they're paying him $35 million. But anyways, Baker Mayfield put on a clinic versus the Niners. I don't think the Niners played very bad. In fact, the biggest headline coming from the Niners sideline is Fred Warner's out for the season, and that sucks. That's now the second player this year that's like an all-pro, best at his position caliber player, or at least Nick Bosa's like top 3, top 5. They're now both out for the season. That's going to hurt. That's going to suck. It's terrible to see. You don't want to see a team go down like that. Then we had the Bengals versus Packers. Why was this so close? Like, I know that Joe Flacco's better than Jake Browning. Jamar Chase put up a good game, had like 94 yards and a touchdown. But I thought the Packers' defense was better than this. Like, they allowed 18 points to the Bengals, but they themselves only scored 27. I mean, they escaped with a 9-point win. It's not the worst thing in the world, but why was that so close? Why? Like, that should have been a blowout victory. In fact, the Vikings and the Lions in their own division have both blown the Bengals out in their matchups. Now, I know it's a different quarterback, so slightly different situation, but you didn't hang up that much points in their defense. Like, the Vikings and Lions both hung up 40-plus in the Bengals defense. You hung up 27. It's not terrible. But you got to put better performances versus a bad team like that. On the Bengals side of things, I mean, Flacco's better than Browning. There's the playoffs are already out of the picture, so what the fuck's the point? Sunday Night Football, we had the Lions versus Chiefs. I don't believe the Chiefs caught a single penalty during this game. That's weird. I don't buy in completely that the refs are selling games or rigging games for the Chiefs. But it is interesting, like, what team does get 0 penalties? That's not normal for any NFL team to go into a whole game and get 0 penalties. That was kind of crazy. I thought the Lions played okay. They could have played better. They punted 3 times. That's weird. You don't see Dan Campbell punt ever. He punted 3 times. The Chiefs had a better offensive performance they had all season, but the Lions secondary is mashed potatoes out there. There is no way that they're hanging that secondary out there against teams like Kansas City, especially when they receive Rice back. They're lucky they didn't, or else this game would be worse. But there's a big problem in the secondary for Detroit. Do you make a move at the deadline? Do you just hope Terran Arnold develops, gets back healthy, and things smooth out? What do you do? Because you don't have much option left. First of 2 Monday Night Football doubleheaders, the Bills-Falcons. The Bills lose by 10 to the Atlanta Bijan Robinsons. Bijan, man, I think Bijan's the best running back in football this year. Saquon has seemingly fallen off a cliff. So has Derrick Henry so far. Gibbs is great, but I don't think Gibbs is on that level either. I think it's just easily Bijan Robinson. There's no one that has the breakaway capability that he does, and he just makes that Atlanta offense so elite. Alongside guys like Drake London, hell, Michael Penix is playing really good. So they're all around playing really well, but Bijan Robinson he takes that team from here to here, and it's insane to see the type of things he can do for that roster. For the Bills, it's an ugly win to take, especially back-to-back losses to young quarterbacks, but it's Josh Allen and the Bills. Can't count them out yet. You just want to see them win games like this. They played a sloppier game than we've seen from them in a while, but I look for them to bounce back. Anyway, at the last game of the week, it was the Commanders versus the Bears. Jaden Daniels versus Caleb Williams. The second matchup, the last one, ended crazy with the Hail Mary last year. This year, not as crazy, but still an odd end. Jake Moody hit a clutch kick. In fact, he went 3 for 4, his only miss being a blocked kick. Deebo Samuel lost a game because of Jake Moody again, so I bet he's really pissed about that. I thought both teams looked pretty decent versus each other, but it came down to the end of the game where Daniels fumbled the handoff. I'm not sure if it was the weather or just simply a mistake, but that's what's going to cost you a game, and the Bears did a good job of icing it out and being able to hit that game-winning kick. But shockingly, it wasn't blocked. There's been too many block kicks this year. What is going on with kicks? This makes no sense. And that'll do it for today. If you enjoyed this video and want more content like this, drop a like, and most importantly, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And as always, have a wonderful day.